Loves, how are you all doing? I just wanted to speak heart to heart with all of you because we are in December. And December, it's not only my birthday coming up, but it's also, the holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, you're feeling all of the energy of the holidays. And I don't know if you guys understand this or understood these stats, but there are more people that pass away during this time historically. And so there's definitely memories of people that have passed on, or you're feeling other people that have lost loved ones during this time. Could be happening now or has happened a year ago or what, which just brings a whole slew of different emotions. And we just came off the holiday of Thanksgiving, which has its own thing where you're meant to gather with friends or family and you face off with different triggers. And so I want to speak a little bit about overwhelm, because I found myself experiencing it last night and I'm not very happy and proud at how I handled it. And in my vulnerability, I hope that you find your story in mine, because we're not alone. We're not alone in this, right? I had the intention that during the month of December, I was going to take a step back from all the grind that I typically do in the months of December to finish out strong, right? Finish the year strong and start the new year strong. And first off, I'll just say this. My mind, the new year does not start January 1st. I don't follow the Gregorian calendar. I follow astrology. I follow the ancient calendar, which is not even going to be until about February-ish, or I don't know the exact date, but it's not then until the first of the year of my mind. We're still in this shedding phase. We're still in this clearing out things that really do not serve us and our soul's evolution. And I'm really in this inquiry around, what does my soul want? Not what my ego wants, not what my mind wants, because I used to drive in that. I used to just be like, oh, I've got to hustle strong. I got to have the perfect house, the perfect gifts, do all the perfect things during the holidays, plus grow my business, plus finish out all the new, 20, whatever the year is, goals, and cram it in a 30-day period. How many of you have felt that? You're like, okay, I got to eat well. I got to make sure all the holiday parties are attended and all the food is perfect, the house is decorated, all the gifts are bought, all the gifts are wrapped. Oh, and don't forget Christmas cards, making sure those go out. But I also have a business and I've got to grow the business and I've got to plan the New Year's goals and in Q1 of the next year, and I've got to all these things, all the I got us. And that is so from here and the ego that I've really decided that this year I was going to be I'm going slower. I'm going to not cross all the T's and dot all the I's. I'm going to feel a little bit more. I'm going to just be present with my family. I might not have a decorated house. Actually, I'll tell the story here in a minute. I always usually decorate right after Thanksgiving. And then if I really feel there's a huge rush, I'll do it right before Thanksgiving just so I don't miss it. And there's always this pressure to get Thanksgiving or Christmas decorations up. And here I have this goal that I'm going to just relax and enjoy. And it's my daughter's last year living in our home before she goes to college. And we're decorating the house. And my very ADHD part of me doesn't like a lot of clutter. I really don't do well with a lot of clutter. And the year has brought some clutter. Everybody in the family starts adding things to the certain drawers. They start adding things to cupboards where you don't know where to place things. But I notice those details and they bother me. So here we are. I already have a year full of stuff shoved in all these crevices in the home. And then we pull out all the Christmas stuff, boxes and boxes of Christmas stuff. And I'm starting to feel the overwhelm. But my family, I have been dreaming about decorating and being in the joy and playing Christmas music and being present to the opportunity that I get to decorate, and that my family is with me and we're getting to do it together. And my daughter's into it, which is always a Christmas wish, that your kids are into it with you, especially as they become teens. And I'm living in the moment of the dream moment. I'm actually in the dream moment. What I've always desired and what I stated I wanted. And yet I wasn't planted there. My mind was in the clutter. My mind was in all the stuff I need to clean up. My mind was in the overwhelm of my to-do list starting on Monday. So when my mind wasn't present to what was, which was living in the dream of what I've always wanted, which was presence and joyfulness and decorating, I was in the future. And I was feeling all this overwhelm. The house is cluttered. Oh my gosh, what's all this nonsense in this drawer that I'm discovering? Oh my gosh, we have all these excess decorations. Oh my gosh, my brain's ruminating about all the things I need to do next, starting Monday. And I want to relax and I want to enjoy the season, and I have a to-do list a mile long. And I started to get snippy, and I started to not be fun, and I started griping. And the decorations went up, the music was played, and I realized I wasn't that fun, and I wasn't that present. And it broke my heart, because I'm not going to get it back. I'm not going to get that moment again back. And I could have made it just super joyful. And I'm not shaming myself, and you shouldn't shame yourself either. I'm just sharing this because I hope I get the memo that this week, on my birthday on this weekend, when we celebrate pre-Christmas or Christmas Eve, that I just stay in the presence, that I don't worry about the next day or the week ahead, that I don't worry about the imperfections, and let the imperfections be the beauty. Let the messiness be the beauty. Let the loudness and the imperfect meal and the imperfect drawers and cupboards and decorations and food be the medicine, be the joy, be the perfection. Because if everything was so perfect, I wouldn't like it anyway. Because most likely, if it's going to be absolutely perfect, no one's there to mess it up. And I don't think that would feel very good, because what really matters is the people you love. And what really matters is that you're present to the moment. And what really matters is finding the joy in the chaos. And I really have been thinking a lot about how can I stay present in the final shedding of 2025. If you've heard rumblings about it, they call it the year of the snake. And it's been a year of really looking at what no longer fits, what no longer gets to stay. And some of us still hold really tight, and it makes the shedding process quite painful. If you're holding on and you're trying to navigate change and trying to avoid change, the shedding of the skin so a new skin can emerge, it can feel, if you're holding on, it's probably feeling pretty painful. But if you are surrendering, of knowing change is inevitable, of knowing chaos is inevitable, of knowing newness is inevitable, that you are growing, that you are evolving. The things you liked last year, you might not like coming up. The things you tolerated before, you're probably not going to tolerate again. And if you try to tolerate it, you're going to get really angry or really sick. And so we get to decide, what do I get to let go of? And for me, and you get to find your list, is people pleasing, trying to make sure everyone likes me, instead of just really focusing on what does my soul want me to express? What is my truth? Instead of worrying about does it land for them? I get to let go of this idea of perfectionism, because all the idea of no clutter and having things be lined out in a manageable way is just because I want it to be perfect. And I want to control. I want to control how I feel. I want to control how it looks. I want to control what it is in the drawer, in the cupboard, or in the calendar. And what if I can let that go and let it be messy and just enjoy the messy life that life actually is, and enjoy the messy people that are with me that I love so much. And so what are you letting go of? What are you choosing to say, you know what, you don't come with me. this behavior, this pattern, this ritual that I have, this over-worrying, this overwhelm that I tend to carry on with me like a badge. You do know that your worry, your overwhelm, and I'm talking to myself, was a survival mechanism. You had to be 10 steps ahead to feel safe. Because when you were little, if you weren't 10 steps ahead, it most likely felt really chaotic or downright not safe. And so you've learned to control. You've learned to be 10 steps ahead, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting to be metaphorically in front of everyone with your bushwhacker, leading the charge, making sure everything's taken care of for everyone behind you. It's time to be like, you know what? I'm going to the back. I don't know. I'm just going to walk one foot in front of the other and trust the trail and let someone else bushwhack. And I'm not going to be 10 steps ahead. I'm going to be where I'm at. So what is that for you? And where is your ego? And ego, we need it, by the way. There's nothing wrong with our egos. They do keep us quite safe. They do keep us quite driven. They do keep us in action. But oftentimes this ego is constantly telling, especially us women, that we need to do more or be more. And trust me, I've felt it for years. Be more in business, reach more goals, go for it. Be prettier, be healthier. And sometimes it was from a place of love and a place of pure passion. And a lot of times it was just from pure ego. And so I'm really looking to be present and to take more deep breaths and to walk a little slower and to notice what's around me and to take pride and joy in the mundane and in the messy and in the chaos and in the messy kitchen. To just be grateful for these little things in my life that are actually going to be the big things one day. So if you needed this message, this is for you. To just take the backpack off, to know that you are supported by a higher power, that you are known, and that this is a beautiful time for you to breathe in, to pray, whatever you believe in, and yoke with that higher power. Think about an oxen. I always think about oxen. And the reason I use the word yoke is to pull a really heavy cart, which some of you feel like you're pulling a heavy cart full of hard things, trying to hold it all together. And if you are yoked with a higher power, God, creator, whatever you believe in, it's going to be a lot easier to carry that load. And potentially, you get to just leave the load. So yoke yourself with a higher power. Walk with that higher power. Let that be your focus, is marching with that higher power. Letting it ease in the burden that you might be feeling. Knowing that you are not alone in your march. You're not alone in the direction you're going. But this is a beautiful time to reflect on, am I going the direction my soul actually wants me to go? Or my creator wants me to go? Am I walking? Am I living my life the way that creator would have me live it? If creator were with me right now in my room, what would creator speak to my soul and to my heart about my worthiness, about what I'm holding on to that I don't need to anymore, what I'm carrying, the behaviors I'm holding on to, the worry? And where can I just go, oh, I'm known and I'm loved and I can be present and it can be messy and I'm safe and I'm loved. I love you all so much. May you feel buoyed up May you feel peace. May you feel present to what is in front of you. And I will definitely share about how first we just have to get into that state, like just let ourselves take a big deep breath. And then I would love, and another time I'll go live again and talk about how do you create from that space. But first you got to put some things down. So when I think about creation, I think about climbing a specific mountain, reaching a goal, creating something. Well, it's really hard to create or climb a mountain when we're carrying a bag full of crap. A heavy, heavy bag full of crap. So let this be the finishing of clearing out the crap. People pleasing, rituals and patterns of your day that just really are not in a soul alignment. Clearing out the way you think about yourself and really just saying, I'm going to start loving myself. I'm enough just as I am. Because you know what? That's going to help you climb that mountain quicker too. If you're doubting yourself, makes it infinitely harder to climb a mountain. I love you. Thank you for letting me speak to you, and I'm sending you all the blessings over this time.